conspiracy theory time. Don't you dare click away from this video, because you gotta at least hear me out, right? This could explain a lot. So I'm coming at you with a conspiracy theory today, and you know, it's not going to be like, oh, Nico and Anubis are twins, because it could be. That's really kind of the only conspiracy theory out there. For Percy Jackson, there's not much. You can't really do conspiracy theories with myths, unless you're like crossing myths, then that's like insane, and I guess there could have been one for the Romans, but I'm rambling. Let's get to it. I'm talking about a conspiracy theory for Setne. Yes, I believe he is the son of Aphrodite. Yes, Setne is a demigod magician. So let's start off. What makes me think that it is even possible for there to be an Egyptian demigod? And as we know, our little mini stories continue. First one is the sun. So back in the back of this book, we had the staff of Cepheus, some weird name, which is like a Greek and Egyptian god, but whatever. And now we're going to get the crown of Poverium. I can't say that one either. I can't say that I know who that is. But I want to bring up a conspiracy theory for Setne. I'm calling him Setne because that's Setne. S-E-T-N-E. So, Setne. An ancient Egyptian demigod, okay? Because we only heard about Greece demigods or Roman demigods. Never Egyptian demigods. Now, obviously it's like, well, there can't be an Egyptian demigod because, like, the Egyptians have to take a host and all. That doesn't count. But what if it's a Greek demigod who was born to an Egyptian magician? To an Egyptian magician. And before you go, that's impossible, it had never happened back then. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. See? I have Percy Jackson's Greek gods. It's very big, it's very nice. And in the Zeus chapter, there is a story where Zeus has to fight Typhon, and it's quickly mentioned that the gods all ran besides Zeus. Zeus can exactly run at the moment, but you know, they all left, and it was said that they went to Egypt, and that's how the Egyptian gods started, except the Egyptian gods were around way before the Greeks came about, so that's not how it happened. But who's to say that they didn't go to Egypt? They could have gone to Egypt, and Aphrodite, who I believe would be Setne's mother, goddess of love, met an Egyptian pharaoh, because Setne's actually like an ancient prince. It's like, let's see if I can say it right, like Aquaset, I think that's how you say his name. He's Prince Aquaset, but they just call him Setne for short. A lot easier to say than Aquaset. So who's to say that that didn't happen? Now you might be going, so what? It's a myth. Sure, maybe it could have happened, but there's nothing about it. Well, why would there be? And plus, we know that there are Greek Egyptian gods. I mean, Setne tried to bring one back in the second story. But why do I think he's the son of Aphrodite? Well, that's where this one comes in. I noticed this because I was reading it, and I'm like, whoa, wait, is he charm speaking? Yes, when they first meet him, on page, I'm going to give you exact page numbers. So, on page 192 of at least the paperback, I'm not too sure if that corresponds with the hardcover back, with the hardcover, but page 192. Setne first comes in, and you know they're listing like what he's accused of, like you've done this, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this, and then he says this to one of them. Getting ready to read here. Look, disturber, he said, that is your name, right? A handsome, intelligent, judgment god like you, you've got to be overworked and underappreciated. I feel for you, I really do. You've got better things to do than take up my old history. Besides, all those charges, I answered them already in my previous trials. That's what he said to Disturber, and it worked, because he's like, whoa, you're right, do now, Cyrus. So, that sounds like charm speak, because the way Piper described charm speak and Aphrodite described charm speak is that you need to, like, tell the person what they want to hear. They want to hear something, you tell them that, and then you begin to twist the words so that it goes to what you want. For instance, you like this video, you're interested in this video, why not subscribe to me right now? That could be a form of charm speak if I could actually charm speak, and if charm speak could travel through the computer screen. I don't know, maybe it worked. But the other portion where you know he's using some form of magic, and because for the first one, you could just be like, he's just a talker. Octavian can't charm speak, and people still believed him. Yes, but no. Except then on page 195, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have this portion. My lord, Setne said, his tone suddenly soft and respectful. I'm a lot of things, but a servant of the snake? No. I don't want the world destroyed. There's nothing in that for me. Listen to the girl. Let her tell you her plan. The words worked their way into my mind. I realized Setne was using magic, commanding me to speak. I steeled myself against the urge. Sadly, Setne was ordering me to do something I loved. Talk. Okay. Setne was ordering her with words, magic working its way through the air into her mind. She loved to talk. That's charm speak. I'm telling you, it's charm speak. He is using things that people want to hear. Sadie loves to talk. She wants to talk. He is telling Osiris, listen to her, let her explain her plan. And he's using that aimed at her so that she'll talk. He's complimenting the god and being like, dude, you really want to be digging up old history on me? I know you don't want to be here right now. Pretty much the gist of what he said, and the guy's like, yeah, you did do that, and you did answer everything before, and got, even though they were lesser sentences, so it was working, and it was hard magic, and everyone recognizes that it was magic. Now let's continue with this. Remember how I mentioned that Aphrodite could have possibly gone to Egypt? Well, I actually looked up Prince Akmoset, and that guy actually did exist. I know, right? It's he was an ancient prince. You can look it up. If you type in his name, you'll actually get a hit. And when you read the little biography, he had a brother. Except his brother was also described as being the firstborn. And he was the firstborn, which suggests that they had two separate mothers. Two separate mothers. Exactly. And just to further my point even more, we know that demigods can use their powers in death. Bianca did it when Nico summoned her. She was able to lead and control the ghosts when they were all, kind of jumbly and Nico was losing control of everyone. She got them under control and led them back to the underworld and kind of took charge of the entire place. Nico can do that now. So we know that is a power of a child of Hades. If Setne is using charm speak, he could definitely be a son of Aphrodite. And finally, the Greek and Egyptian magic. We know he's trying to cross Greek and Egyptian magic. What on earth would have driven him to do this? Sure, he's been around for ever. And at the very least, he knows about demigods. And he is a magician. We know that for sure. But what would have driven him to be what if I cross the two magics if he couldn't do that already? He knows that it's very, very powerful to cross these two because he has done that before, and it would make sense for him to try that. And let's just go through the stories because there's little clues in there too. In the first one, the son of Sobek, in the back of this one, Percy mentions that the crocodile, the son of Sobek, ate two of the camp's pegasi. How did the crocodile get into camp? Percy never said that it was outside of camp that this happened. Most likely, it was inside camp, because the pegasi don't exactly leave camp that much without a demigod. And if the demigod was there, well, then that's a whole other story. That demigod would either be dead or have defeated him, or at least figure out, there's something up with that crocodile going around. Maybe that happened, but I highly doubt it, and if it really was in the camp that he got inside the camp, how did he get inside the camp? The son of Sobek would be seen as a monster to Greeks. The only way for monsters to get inside the camp is if someone from inside the camp gave him permission. Someone like a demigod. If Setne is a demigod, he could have gone inside the camp and let Sobek in to cause some havoc and make the Greeks notice. The other story. the one with Annabeth and Sadie. He's trying to bring back a Greek Egyptian god. Sounds like something you would need Greek and Egyptian magic to do. Letting you think about this, because he appears to be able to charm speak. He is showing an interest in trying to cross these two sides. You have Aphrodite and all the other gods who allegedly went to Egypt way back when, and that's like a small comet that's placed in there. Why else would it be placed in there? It seems that he does have a different mother than the king's other son, and now there's a possibility of how did that crocodile get into camp? How did he exactly use sure, he has the Book of Thoughts, but come on! You're going to need Greek and Egyptian magic to summon a Greek Egyptian god. Just saying, that's my conspiracy theory for the day. A little something that I noticed, and why am I coming to you with this? Well, I was looking online and going, there's not a conspiracy theory for the Kane Chronicles or Percy Jackson. I kind of dismissed it like, well, not much you can conspiracize on, and then I was rereading this. I think it's possible. I believe it's possible if you look at all the facts, and I'm sorry if I didn't make it make any more sense. I really hope and if you're still here by the end of this video, fantastic! If you're not, I understand. I really do. But thanks for watching. I'm still going on with Diversion. I just had to get that out there because I want to know, what do you think? Do you think it's possible with all this evidence that he could be like that? It would also explain why he's so cocky and why he believes he should be a god, because as far as we know, potentially he could be the only Greek Egyptian demigod out there. It's very interesting and very possible. You never know. Never ever know, especially with Rick Riordan. You never know. So, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, if you have more evidence, if you have evidence to prove that I'm wrong. I would love to hear it. So, do tell me, and thanks for watching. Bye!